to serve with the military this summer and kind of, I guess, what that's going to look like for you?
Uh, yeah, it's something that we have to do before we're 30. So just figured if we're not going to be playing in the postseason this year, then it's going to be a good time to do it now instead of just postponing it and then eventually have to do it in a time that wouldn't work so well for me. So decided to do it now, and we'll see how it goes. I'm obviously never been, so see how that looks.
How long? Yeah.
I don't know exactly how many days it is, but like I said, we'll figure it out. And I'm going to a place that, like, there's a lot of athletes, so I'm sure they've dealt with different professional athletes before, so we'll see how it looks. But I can definitely give you guys some info after I come back.
I just am just doing research on it. It looks like some NHL players have had to do like 2 summers. Is that a potential?
Yeah, it's like if a lot of like non-athletes have to do 6 months or a year, then it might be that you have to do it 2 separate summers because obviously the summer is not long enough for us to do it in one summer. So we'll see how many days I get to knock out this summer and go from there. But I've had some friends that I've done like 2 months one summer and then finish out the next summer. So we'll see. I definitely don't want it to affect the basketball part, so we'll figure out a good combination.
Has your brother done it?
Huh?
Has your brother done it?
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Have you gotten any feedback on what you'll be doing?
No, not really. Sure, it'll start out. I mean, they're mostly probably 18-year-olds that just graduated from high school, so sure it's going to be some stuff that I know how to do that I might have not known at 18. So I'm sure it starts with pretty basic stuff. So, like I said, I'm going to give you guys the whole spill when I know more.
We'll need an entire rundown on how they found a uniform your size. That's what I'm very interested in.
Yeah, the shoes and everything. So we'll see.
How different is this other than the military stuff going into the off season after the year you've had versus your previous seasons?
So which one are you asking? We're done with the military part, right?
Okay. Yeah, done with the military. Yeah, as a basketball player.
I mean, there's always stuff that you can work on during the summer, but I think just this year having the ball in my hands more, and I think it was a good challenge this year just to see different coverages from teams because it was a big part of the offense that we were doing, and I think I got a lot better throughout the year, but it also showed me that how much better I can get with having the ball in my hands and making decisions for myself and my teammates. And so it's going to be an exciting summer, and I'm really looking forward to working on that stuff.
Are there other parts of your game where you felt like you really took a leap forward that really evolved over the course of the season?
Yeah, like I said, it really didn't have that kind of role before. So just seeing different coverage, seeing double teams, and just you have to be able to make the right plays out of those. And I think, like I said, I think I got better, but still so many things I can work on. And I mean, I didn't see too many open catch and shoots at the end of the year, so obviously just going to be doing more off the dribble and off the move kind of shooting and stuff like that.
We know it's a big goal for you to make the playoffs. How difficult were these last couple of weeks as you guys just had to go through all the guys sitting out and see that goal kind of slip away?
Yeah, obviously everybody wants to be a part of that and eventually win the whole thing, so really wanted to get that experience, but it wasn't our time yet. And I know we have a great group of guys on player side, but also the staff and organization that we're definitely going to get there eventually, but obviously you want everything now. So I mean, it's disappointing, but we have a bright future ahead of us, so just got to look at the big picture.
Do you see yourselves in the playoffs as early as next year?
I mean, obviously we'll see how the team's going to look. I think we have plenty of guys that are uncertain if they're going to be here or not. So obviously not my stuff to worry about, but I think we got a great group of guys, and I think we can definitely make a push for it next year. So that's the goal.
You mentioned a bright future. What specifically makes you think that it's bright?
Young guys and just seeing how much they progress throughout the year. Walker and Ochai especially, and seeing Talon get those reps, and just seeing the overall progression of the team and how we get more and more time on the court with each other and get on the same page. So I'm excited.
You came into the year having been traded twice in the last 15 months, right? Like, do you feel like with this season you kind of established here as a home for you for the long term?
I hope so. Yeah, me and my family are really happy here. So obviously, like I talked about the team, I'm excited for the direction that we're going, and so hopefully, obviously it's a business, you never know, but hopefully I was able to make good enough of impression that I would stick around here.
Have you heard from the front office about that at all?
I mean, I know if the right deal comes up with I know the business, but I mean, I know the article came out that Danny told me to buy a house, so I'm sure that's what you're referring to. I did buy a house, so hopefully I stick around.
But is there like a sense of relief going into like a summer that you're like at least hoping and knowing kind of that you're going to stay in the same team?
Yeah, like I said, we were happy here, so we're excited to come back. Looking forward to it. Obviously, big summer ahead of us, and going into that next year and trying to make that playoff push. And but we really enjoyed our time here, so can't wait to be back.
What does getting better look like for Lauri Markkanen this summer?
I don't know what you're exactly asking.
Specifically, what parts of your game?
Like I said, just stuff off the dribble, I think creating for myself and for my teammates, and just going to be a lot of ball handling and shooting off the move. Like I said, not a lot of catch and shoots probably coming up. So, I mean, you never know how the team's going to look, but towards the end of the year, it was more just running off screens or stuff like that. So definitely going to keep working on that, and obviously the things that I was doing well, just to keep improving those and making the right reads. And so I'm excited.
How do you feel you've grown as a leader? Obviously, you guys lost a really important locker room leader in Mike Conley at the trade deadline, and Will was talking about around that time that the onus is on you now. How do you feel you've grown in that area?
I think I've gotten more comfortable. Like he said, just I've been the guy who tried to lead by example and trying to do the work and do the right thing. But I think just me trying to be a little bit more on that uncomfortable territory and try to lead vocally and talk to the guys. So I know there's still some work to do, but it's another challenge that I'm really excited to take on, really.
We talked earlier in the year about how much All-Star meant to you, how much would All-NBA mean to you versus Most Improved Player versus mean to you, and like, is one of those awards more important than the other? You know, which should I vote you for? Not that last question, but like, why?
You should vote both. So what was the question?
Which of those awards would matter most to you?
They're both big. I think just like I take a lot of pride in the work I put in, and just seeing the progress I was able to make this year. And obviously, a lot of credit goes to the guys in that on that side, locker room, and but I think the most improved would be pretty cool just in that regard, that I have put in a lot of work, and just seeing it pay off, it would mean a lot. But obviously at the same time, All NBA would be meaning that you're over there at the top with those other guys, so it would be a big deal as well. So I haven't really thought about it. I can't really. You should vote in both. But
I think I probably will, but then you'll stop being nice to me, so I don't know.
Never.
yeah, we'll see who votes next year.
Where does the team need to get better next year?
Just I think the consistent part, showing up every night. We were able to compete every game this year, but I think just growing into that, being able to win those close games and do it consistently. Obviously, we watch film of other teams as well, the 5 minutes of the game or whatever and try to learn from those. And winning is a skill, in my opinion. I think we just got to get better at that. Like, we've been in most of the game this year, so just being able to close those ones out. And so I think that's the big thing, but just keep getting better, getting on the same page, and that'll come.
What's Walker like as a person?
He's great. I wish I had him here with me. He's a hard worker, so it's obviously good to share the court with him, but in the locker room, he's an even better guy. Throwing out those lame jokes and thinking he's funny, but I mean, he's a great guy to be around, and that's one of the guys I try to lead. Obviously, his first year, so I've seen some stuff throughout my 6 years in the NBA. I try to help him as much as I can, and but so definitely, I want to spend even more time with him next year, and just to get to know him and keep building this thing.
Was there anything you did this year that surprised you, that you're like, wow, I got to this in my game, I didn't know I could get there?
Not really. Like I said, I've been putting the work, and I really always believed I can do this stuff, and think it's everything happened to click this year with the coaching staff and system and teammates and everything. So I've learned a ton of stuff. I wouldn't say it surprised me. Other than the one reverse dunk I had. I've never done that before.
We were talking to Colin yesterday, and he said that he didn't know that you had like a wife and kids, and until you guys came to Utah, and he was talking
Yeah,
about,
I mean, really, because he got hurt
right.
8 games into my year in Cleveland, and so he was rehabbing and stuff. So I don't blame him.
Yeah, he said that partially the injury, because like he wasn't around the team
Yeah.
too much, but also that here it feels like there's more of an emphasis for like players and their families and their wives and their girlfriends and everyone to get together. Is that your experience, that it just seems like that's more of an emphasis here?
Yeah, for sure. They've done some stuff in the previous organization I've been in, but I think what I've heard from my wife, it feels like they're doing stuff all the time, and organization takes really good care of them, and just seeing kids running in the hallways, and so it's a pretty cool environment to be in, just to see everybody coming together and doing stuff together. And I know my wife's being happy here, so yeah, definitely feels like they're doing more.
Yeah, so you mentioned you wish Walker was with you now, and obviously we've had a lot of post-game where both of you are here at the same time. What has having him around you done for you personally? How does that help you?
On the court, or
Any direction you want. Post-game, in the locker room, on the court.
yeah, on the court, I think obviously he's a great player, and he's gotten better at the team stuff as well, and just having that kind of shot blocker and defensive-minded guy, and obviously he got better offensively as well, but just having that support there, it really helped our team and myself. Kind of, you can pick up on guys on defensively, knowing that you have that help behind you, and so it really helped. And